I am Jesse Dollemore, and this is The Conversation. This might seem a little self-serving. I don't do this all the time because this directly affects me, but stay tuned because it affects you too. My current congressman for the 48th Congressional District of California is a man named Dana Rohrabacher. Here are 3 of many reasons he needs to go. Number 1, he thinks arming ISIS with deadly weaponry and some sort of diluted partnership against Iran is a good idea. Watch this clip from a congressional hearing. In it, he is talking about an ISIS terrorist attack in Iran which killed many citizens. And he is advocating for the United States to finally back up ISIS in their terror campaign throughout the world, and specifically in the Middle East.
Isn't it a good thing for us to have the United States finally backing up Sunnis who will attack Hezbollah and the Shiite threat to us? Isn't that a good thing? And if so, maybe this is a Trump, maybe it's a Trump strategy of actually supporting one group against another, considering that you have 2 terrorist organizations.
Those attacks were claimed by the Islamic State. It's never in our interest to support a terrorist group like the Islamic State. We should condemn the attacks in Iran as we would condemn any act of terrorism, even as we hold Iran accountable for its sponsorship of.
First of all, did you notice that long pause before Dr. Matthew Leavitt answered? It seems he was a little shocked that a sitting U.S. congressman would be so disloyal to the safety and security of the United States. What serious person would propose that we provide deadly military weaponry to an organization, ISIS, which has sworn to destroy us? The leader of ISIS, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, has said that the flag of ISIS will fly over the White House. And Dana Rohrabacher wants to provide him the means to try to make it happen, while also arming them with the most technological, advanced weaponry the world has ever known. Super smart, Dana. Super smart. Also, while we are at odds with the government of Iran, we don't have a quarrel with the innocent men and women who live there. Why would Dana want to arm a vicious terror outfit so that they could more easily conduct brutal, murderous attacks, potentially killing thousands of people? Well, number 2 deals with integrity. In the clips to come, Dana Rohrabacher takes a page right out of the Donald Trump playbook where he thinks it is reasonable to hold opposite positions on clearly defined issues. In this case, he denies having ever said he doesn't believe Russia is responsible for hacking during the 2016 election, and also claims it's a hoax and a fraud.
Are you willing to accept that Russia tried, no one's saying that they succeeded, but tried to intervene and influence attitudes towards the outcome of the American election?
Well, first, let me note, when you were introducing me before the break, you said that I had some doubt that Russia did this. I have never expressed doubt that Russia had hacked into these emails and made them available to the American people. I've never doubted that.
This whole thing with the Russians supposedly were responsible for these emails, this is a fraud. It's a con job in order to negate what happened in the last election.
So which is it, Dana? When you're on MSNBC, you believe the National Security Agency, Defense Intelligence Agency, the Central Intelligence Agency, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Department of Justice as a whole. But when you're on with Fox News, it's all some kind of conspiracy that you, Donald Trump, and Vladimir Putin are the only ones that are aware of it. Whose side are you on, Dana? Because from where I'm sitting, it isn't the United States. And then number 3. This relates to that very thing. Whose side is Dana Rohrabacher on? For me, it's easy to label him a Russian collaborator. He has not only been warned by the FBI and other intelligence officials about a Russian plot to turn him into a Russian intelligence asset, he has also become Vladimir Putin's best friend in the United States Congress. He is so aggressively pro-Russia and Vladimir Putin that even his colleagues make jokes about him being paid by Putin. Watch this reporting from the Washington Post about a leaked audio tape they uncovered.
And then McCarthy laughs. McCarthy then adds, "There's two people I think Putin pays, Rohrabacher and Trump." There's then laughter by some of the lawmakers in the room, and then McCarthy adds, "Swear to God."
Yeah, and do you remember the now famous meeting with Jared Kushner, Paul Manafort, and Donald Trump Jr. in Trump Tower with the Vladimir Putin-connected intelligence officer and lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya and Rinat Akhmetshin? Well, other members of the House are quite alarmed that the day before Kevin McCarthy said that Putin pays Rohrabacher, Dana sat in committee and aggressively defended Putin and Russia with Natalia Veselnitskaya sitting in the front row, taking notes the entire time to bring back to Putin.
The fact is there has been an unrelenting hostility towards Russia.
When you were looking at all this happening in that hearing, I mean, what was going through your mind?
Why in the world would my colleague be taking this kind of strident pro-Russia, pro-Putin advocacy and dismiss so readily evidence to the contrary that's pretty compelling?
And then, later that evening, Dana Rohrabacher had his own little private dinner with none other than those same Kremlin-linked Vladimir Putin operatives.
Natalia Veselnitskaya and Rinat Akhmetshin did get a meeting with Rohrabacher later that evening, dinner with him at the Capitol Hill Club in Washington.
Yeah, but listen, this wasn't their only dinner together. Both Politico and the Los Angeles Times reported that Dana Rohrabacher also had dinner with them in Russia back in April of 2016. That's a lot of dinners and meetings and collaboration with pro-Putin intelligence operatives for a man who is paid by the United States government to represent the interests of the United States of America and me and my neighbors here in Orange County, California. Look, there are many other questionable ties and alliances that make Dana a black mark on Orange County, the House of Representatives, and the United States generally. But I only have so much time here. Listen, midterms are rapidly approaching, and men and women in every congressional district across the nation are running. Find out who they are and lend them your support. These are serious times, and we need serious leaders. The good news for the 48th Congressional District is that we have somebody named Harley Ruda, and Harley is the clear choice for this seat. He's a man of integrity, love of country, and a strong understanding of the policies that are desperately needed to carry our nation into the future. He is pro-single-payer health care and has an understanding of the measures we must take to move in that direction for the well-being of the American people. He recognizes and understands the immediate existential threat that climate change poses to us and is going to act in good faith with earnest resolve to put our nation back on a path toward addressing it and reversing the damage that Donald Trump and his climate-denying cabinet have already done. And easiest of all, not like it's a high hurdle to navigate, he isn't in the pocket of a brutal authoritarian leader of a foreign adversarial power like Dana Rohrabacher is. Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out my channel and this video. If you like what I do here and you appreciate it, go ahead and click subscribe. And if you really like it and appreciate what I do and you'd like to join my Patreon family, there's another link there for that. It's not just for the podcast. It's also for YouTube. Thanks a lot.